In the earlier classes, we have proved the Carnot's theorem. We have explained the statements of second law of thermodynamics and as well as the relation between different scales of temperature. Today, we shall start another topic called entropy. So, you might have come across different situations in your daily life where you might have seen randomness or disorderness in a system. So, what is meant by order or disorder means if particles of the system are fixed and you can say where the particular particle is at any instant, then the orderness is more because its position is fixed and you can identify the state of the system or position of the particle in the system. If the position is changing continuously, then you cannot identify, and those systems will lose its order, then there arises a disorderness. So, entropy is the physical property of the system that determine randomness or disorderness. So, entropy entropy is the physical property of the system that measures randomness or disorderness of the system. The physical property that measure the randomness or disorderness of the system is called entropy. Now, what will happen to entropy when the temperature is increased? When certain amount of heat is given to the system, its temperature rises. The molecules present in the system gains kinetic energy and their random motion increases. As a result, the disorderness of the system also increases, so the entropy also increases. So, whenever a certain quantity of heat is given to a system, then its disorderness or randomness increases due to gain in kinetic energy of molecules and due to increase the random motion of the particle. Therefore, its entropy also increases. Therefore, when heat is supplied or given to a system, to a system, then the kinetic energy of particles increases, and if kinetic energy increases, then random motion of particles also increase. So the entropy of the system increases with the temperature. Suppose if heat is extracted from the system, then the motion of particles gradually decreases, and ultimately at a particular temperature the molecule or particles will remain stationary in the system, then the hardness actually decreases. So, when suppose if for example, if ice is heated, if we consider ice which is in the solid state, when ice is in a solid state, the molecules or particles in it will have fixed positions and their locations does not change. So the probability of finding the particular particle is more in the solids. Therefore, you can easily identify the particles. Therefore, their orderness is more, disorderness is less. So, since the disorder is less, therefore, it's in the case of solid, or the disorder is least. When heat is supplied, when a certain amount of heat is given to the system, then what will happen? Solid will convert it into liquid. The solid will melt and it changes into liquid state. In liquid state, the molecules are free to move within the container. The molecules in the fluid are free to move within the fluid. Therefore, their disorder increases because the molecules do not stay at a particular position, unlike that of the solid. Therefore, disorder a little bit more. Disorder is more. And if further the liquid is heated, it vaporizes. When it boils, then we get in the, say if it is ice, it will reach vapor state, or it is gaseous state. When liquid is converted into gas, then the particles are free to move in the entire space. That means the particles of the system will occupy the entire space and they are free to move in the entire space available. Therefore, the disorder is more. Disorder is more. This is average. So what will happen when a solid is heated? As you go on from solid to liquid, disorderness increases, and when it goes to the vapor, the molecules is free to move, with high velocities, therefore disorderliness is further increases. Therefore, the entropy of solid, because disorder is least, therefore entropy of solid is least. Entropy of solid is least. And entropy of liquid is average, lies in between the solid and vapor, gas. Entropy of solid is, gas is maximum. So, in this manner, whenever a substance changes from one state to another, then the disorder increases. As a result, the entropy of the system also increases. So, when heat is given to the system or solid, when solid is heated, say it is ice, it melts. Into liquid. In liquid, molecules are free to move in the fluid, free to move. So, randomness or disorder increases. If liquid is heated further, liquid is heated further, it changes into vapor. In the sense, gas is filled. So, in the gas, molecules are free to move in the entire available space so there it's the entropy, it's the disorder increases further. Therefore, disorderness of solid is less than disorder of solid is less than disorder of liquid, and which is also less than that of gas. So, as the disorder is maximum here in the case of gases, therefore the entropy is also more for gases. Therefore, entropy is denoted as S. Entropy of solid is less than entropy of liquid, which is less than gas. Entropy is less than that of gas. So in this manner, as the substance will changes from solid to vapor, the disorderness goes on increases, and hence its entropy. So you can apply this disorderness even in our daily life. Our whole environment is disorderness. It will have disorderness. Suppose if you are in a class, if all students are sitting in the classroom, the disorderness is least, because you can identify where particular student is present in the college. Suppose if there is no class, the students are moving outside the classroom, then it is a little bit difficult to identify the location of a particular student. Therefore, his disorderness is more. If he is in the order, then he can easily identify. As he is outside the classroom, we do not know where he is, whether he is in the ground or whether he is in the lab or classroom, and we do not know in whichever class he is sitting and whatever work he is doing. Therefore, disorderness is more. Suppose if the ring is bell, the bell is ring, and the students gone out of the college. You went into the town, then we do not know where you are. It is very difficult to identify a particular student, position of a particular student. Therefore, further the disorderness increases. Therefore, as the probability of identifying particular type, positions of the particles is more, is less, then the disorder is more. Now, so in this manner, as the substance will changes from one state to another, disorder changes in this manner. Now, we can derive expression for the entropy of the system based on the Carnot engine. Suppose if the Carnot engine is working between the source and sink, and it will absorb quantity of heat Q1 from the source and reject to the sink, which is at temperature T2, then we will know that they are efficient. So, we have to derive this one expression for entropy. Expression for entropy. Now, consider a system. Consider a system of gas whose changes are plotted in the indicator diagram. What is indicator diagram? A graph plotted between the pressure and the volume of the gas is called indicator diagram. Pressure on y-axis and the corresponding volume on x-axis. So, suppose if one isotherm is drawn like this, another isotherm is drawn like this, another isotherm. This is isotherm I1, I2, I3. This isotherm is drawn at a temperature T1 along this line. Temperature is constant and therefore it is isothermal curve. Similarly, IT is another isothermal curve which is drawn at a temperature T2 and I3 is another curve which is drawn at a temperature T3 of the Carnot. So, let I1, I2, I3 be isotherms of the system. Draw on indicator diagram, PV diagram at the temperatures T1, T2 and T3 respectively. Let there are two adiabatics. Say this is A1 adiabatic, another adiabatic A2. So this is the case. So let A1 comma A2 are two adiabatics. Draw and they intersect isotherms. Say at A, this is B, this is C, D, E and F respectively. They intersect isotherms at A, B, C, D, E, F. That means this adiabatic will intersect at ADE, this adiabatic will intersect at BCF. Now, along the line I1, if Q1 is quantity of heat transferred to the system at a temperature T1, so along the line AB, if Q1 is quantity of heat transferred at a temperature T1, then the heat according to Carnot's union, the quantity of heat is directly proportional to temperature. Q1 is proportional to T1 or Q1 is equal to S at T1 or the other way Q1 by T1 is equal to constant. Similarly, along the line CD, if Q2 is the quantity of heat transferred to the system at a temperature T2, then again its entropy, what will happen, that is equal to Q2 by T2. So the ratio will remain the same in a given system. So along, if we take the cycle ABCD, along the cycle ABCD, if Q1 is the quantity of heat absorbed at temperature T1. So along the curve ABCD, along the curves A, B, C, D, if Q1 is quantity of heat absorbed at the temperature T1 and Q2 is the quantity of heat rejected at the temperature T2, then what will happen? Q1 by Q2 is equal to T1 by T2. Therefore, Q1 by T1 is equal to Q2 by T2. Similarly, along the curve, say CDEF, if Q2 is quantity of heat observed at temperature Q2, if Q2 is quantity of heat observed at T2 and Q3 is heat rejected at T3, then what will happen? Q2 by T2 is equal to Q3 by T3. We take a different side. Now, therefore, combine this 1 and 2, therefore, Q1 by T1 is equal to Q2 by T2, that is equal to T3 by T3, that is equal to what will happen? It is a constant. Therefore, Q by T is equal to constant. This constant is called as, it is called entropy of the system. Therefore, change in entropy S2 minus S1 is equal to Q by T. So in this manner, we can find the entropy of a given system. Suppose if there are two isotherms, A, B and C, D are very close to each other, if the isotherms I1 and I2 are very close to each other, and if isotherms I1 comma I2, I1 I3 also are very close to each other, and dQ is quantity of heat transferred at the temperature T, then change in entropy when the system changes from one state to another state, S2 minus S1 is equal to, say, this is 1 to change in entropy is equal to what will happen? That is equal to change in entropy, change in heat by temperature, that is change in entropy. So this is a small change in entropy for change in heat energy. When the system changes from first one state to another state, Then if it changes from one state to another to the other, then change in entropy S2 minus S1 is equal to integral 1 to 2 ds, that is equal to integral T1 to T2 dq by T. dq by T. That we have to calculate. So, in this manner, when a system changes from one state to another, we can calculate the entropy of the system. On the overall, it always measure the disorderness of the system. Now, suppose in the case of adiabatic process, so you can note down all these things. Suppose in the case of adiabatic process, what will happen? In the case of adiabatic process, actually the adiabatic process is taken place in a thermally insulated vessels. Therefore, heat will neither enter nor leave the system. Therefore, in the case of adiabatic process, heat will neither enter nor leave the system, which means that heat is constant, no change in heat energy. Therefore, dq is 0, q is constant, so dq is 0. When dq is equal to 0, entropy, change in entropy, ds is equal to 0 by T, that is equal. Therefore, in adiabatic process, the entropy of the system does not change because there is no change of heat content of the system. Now, what are the physical significances of entropy? Physical significance of entropy. Now, the entropy of a system is a state function. Entropy is a state function. That means it depends only on the initial and final state of the system. It is not a path function, which means that it does not depend on the path followed by the system. So, entropy is a state function and it does not depend on the path followed by the thermodynamic process. Now, it is measure of disorderness or randomness of the system. It is a randomness. If more is the disorder, then more will be the entropy of the system. Now, another thing is, it is similar to, say, mass or inertia in dynamics or kinematics. So in your first year classes, you might have studied about the kinematics or dynamics of particles there, or even in your intermediate classes also. There, mass is a measure of inertia. Mass is a measure of inertia. So, this entropy is similar to inertia in thermodynamics. Therefore, it is inertia of thermodynamics. It is inertia of thermodynamics. That's why some people call it as thermal inertia. Thermal inertia is the entropy. Entropy is thermal inertia of the system. Now, in adiabatic process, change in entropy is 0. In the other way, S is equal to constant. In some cases, when the heat is supplied, the disorderness increases, therefore entropy increases. So, in adiabatic process, entropy is remain constant. In isothermal processes, the entropy increases. Therefore, in the universe, the physical changes takes place so as to increase the entropy. Therefore, entropy of the system is either constant or it is in the direction of increasing. It will never decrease. It never decreases. So, even if you take any process in the universe that takes place, all processes, the entropy will be either remain constant or it will be always increasing, but it will never decrease. Therefore, why entropy will be increasing? Because disorderness always increasing. Therefore, entropy of the system is also increasing. So, now let us say we have to find the entropy of a reversible process. Entropy, change in entropy. Important one, change in entropy in reversible process. Just like our Carnot engine, we have to calculate the efficiency. We have calculated. Now here we have to calculate the change in entropy. The absolute value of entropy is not measurable, but when it changes from one state to another, then we have to find the change in entropy. So for example, we take a reversible process in which let a quantity of heat Q1 is given to a system of gas at a temperature T1, and it do certain amount of work undergo isothermal process. So, in the case of Carnot's engine, we have plotted a graph like this, PV diagram, by taking pressure on y-axis, the corresponding volume on x-axis. For reversible Carnot engine, we have obtained like this. So along the curve AB, isothermal process takes place. The system will absorb quantity of heat energy Q1 at a temperature T1, and from B to C, adiabatic process takes place. In adiabatic process, as I said, the change in heat energy is 0. Therefore, dQ is equal to 0. Therefore, entropy is also constant. Therefore, change in entropy ds1, ds2 is equal to 0. Similarly, or say S2, when the system changes from the state C to D, again isothermal compression takes place, in which the quantity of heat energy Q2 is rejected at a temperature T2 to the sink, and during this process, say this entropy is equal to S3, this is S1, and when the system changes from D to A, again adiabatic compression takes place. In the adiabatic process, the change in entropy is 0. So, along the curve AB, the entropy of the system S1 is equal to, because it has absorbed quantity of heat energy Q1 at a temperature T1, therefore its temperature, its entropy is S1. Similarly, along a curve BC, it is an adiabatic process. Along adiabatic process, Q is equal to 0, therefore entropy is 0 along the curve, along adiabatic curve BC. And similarly, along the curve CD, the change in entropy of the system S3 is equal to Q2 by T2, and again along the curve say DA, it is also adiabatic curve, therefore entropy of the system is 0. Therefore, total change in entropy along S2, change in entropy is equal to S1 minus S3. Therefore, because S2 and S4 are 0, therefore Q1 by T1 minus Q2 by T2. Since it is a reversible process, in the reversible process, Q1 by T1 is equal to Q2 by T2. Therefore, change in entropy ds is equal to 0. So in all reversible process, change in entropy is 0. Therefore, in reversible process, change in entropy ds is equal to 0, or in the other way, entropy is constant. Entropy is constant. So that is the change in entropy in irreversible process. This is also very important in your exam point of view. So for short answer, it is important. So try to understand about this one.